Coming home in the evening, each day much on my mind, fast.
Hi there, peace unto you. My name is Rashida Ali and welcome to Rashida TV, a place to be to gain practical tools on how to create tranquility in your heart. Now, have you ever felt in a position whereby you're not really sure of what emotion you're having? If you're, being in love, or are you being attached to something? Well, in today's video, I will be sharing with us some very important tips that we can use in order to differentiate between when you are in love or when you're being attached to something. Now, what is love? Love is like a feeling that you can have, for somebody else. It's a very strong feeling that you have for the other person, and you don't really, focus on yourself. You're not really thinking about yourself or whatever you're going to gain in a relationship or in, with something. While attachment is that kind of feeling and that kind of bond and love that you have for yourself. So basically what you're thinking about is what you're going to get from that relationship, and you're always worried about, what's going to happen if, this thing is not there with me again, or if this person is not with me again. And that breeds trying to always be in control, because you're not really sure of what the future holds, or where what would happen to you if you don't have that thing again. Now, how do we know when we're actually in love with something or when we're being attached to something? First of all, it's important to know that love is very selfless, while attachment is more self-centered. So when you love something, all you think about is that person's happiness, that person's success, and you're really paying attention on how to please that person, or that, or just how to make that thing happy. So it could be, with your children, or with your spouse, or it could be with something you love. And when you love something, you always show care, you're very compassionate, you have mercy towards that person or that thing. While attachment is the opposite. So when you're attached to something, you're always worried about, losing that thing, and that breeds, control. So you always want to be in control. You always want to make sure everything goes your way. You're always thinking about yourself, because you always think, if I don't have this thing again, how is it going to be for me? How is my life going to be? So what you're always worried about is how you're going to make sure you control that thing to always have it to yourself. The second thing is love is everlasting, while attachment is not. So we know that, in this life, sometimes it's not possible to have something forever, or, we're not in control. And to always think that you're going to have something forever is an illusion. So it's always important that whenever you're, in a relationship or you have something, you always enjoy the moment. So you are always trying to make sure that every step you take or every situation you find yourself, you're present at the moment, in the moment. You're enjoying the whole process. You're giving it your all, so that if you're not with that thing again, or if you don't have it again, whenever you remember that moment you've spent with that person or that thing, it brings joy back to you. The memories are always, very pleasing to you. It gives you comfort in your heart, and you always wish that person, or you always wish them success in whatever they're doing, even if you're not together again. Because it's important to always know that whenever you're with somebody, it doesn't mean that you're gonna be with that person forever. So if you're in a journey with someone, it doesn't mean that person is the person that has to end that journey with you. So when you start to think like this, you know that the process is just what you need to focus on, and the process is what you need to enjoy. But when you're attached to something, it's the opposite. If you ever lose that thing, you'll feel lost as well. You feel betrayed. You feel very disappointed, because you have not enjoyed the process, and you've always been in control. You've always tried to be in control of that situation. Obviously, if you lose something or you lose someone, it does hurt, but the whole process is that if it hurts, you will be able to move on. and that loss of that thing does not affect your whole life, and makes you just on a standstill, and you can live your life again. The other thing is that when you're in a relationship, it's very important that you don't always focus on what you want to get from that relationship. You don't want to always focus on thinking that, oh, if this person doesn't do this to me, then I won't do the other thing to them. Then it becomes a competition, because you don't want to give in because you're not getting. And then the expectation is always so high. And once you don't get that level of expectation, it does hurt you. And it ruins a lot of things. It ruins a lot of relationship. So that, but when you love that person or love that thing, you don't worry about what you're going to get. You're not worried about what you're going to achieve. It's nice to always get something back, but that would not be your main focus of being in that relationship. Now, I hope this has helped, and it's your turn. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to know what tips you are using in order to make sure you're loving something and not being attached to it. Did you like this video? Well, if you did, please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends and families. Remember, having tranquility in your heart is the key ingredient to having a successful and a happy life. Thank you so much for watching, and God willing, I'll catch you on the next episode of Rashida TV.
Coming home in the evening, each day much on my mind. Fast pace of living in the West with such little time, causing folks yell at